know I've featured a few Seiko Presage cocktail time models on the channel, but this one ups the game for just under $600. Let me tell you why. This Presage cocktail time now comes with a GMT complication. You get dressy, you get sporty, all in one package that's affordable to most. Seiko has a few dial options to choose from, but today we're checking out the SSK041 Acacia with the pale yellow dial. Shout out to my friend Brian at GQ Jewelers for letting me borrow this one. Link to his shop in the description of the video. From all the images online, this was my least favorite dial. It looked a little vintage, however in person there are no words to fully describe the color, and if I didn't know any better I would have thought this was a Grand Seiko disguised as a Seiko. The Seiko Presage cocktail time has been around since 2010, and although the models look very similar, Seiko keep tweaking the designs ever so slightly. The case is constructed of 316L stainless steel and measures in at 40.5 millimeters. It's 47.5 millimeters from lug to lug and 12.8 millimeters thick in between the lugs and measures 20 millimeters. The watch with the supplied leather strap weighs in at 137 grams and is water resistant to 50 meters. Now, in my previous videos, I said that I personally felt the case was big for a dress watch. But I will not say that about this model, as the watch in my opinion really feels more like a sports watch. Polished finishes are found throughout the case and cover the front and the back of the watch and give it that refined appearance. There is some fine brushing along the side of the case, and those subtle touches work very well. The step down push and pull sign crown is a dead giveaway that this still has the Presage cocktail time DNA, and operating the crown is very simple, no real complaints here, and honestly it's nice to see Seiko signing their crowns at this price level. The dial is a real reason why this piece is special, just like all the other cocktail times I've reviewed. It's a standout feature that make the watch look a lot more expensive in my opinion. So at first glance the dial was beautiful, but once I turned on my studio lights, man, the reflections and fine little effects and details of the dial really took my breath away. The graded dial with a horizontal pattern and rose gold accents work incredible. The dial color is very hard to describe, although Seiko calls it yellow. I don't see that much yellow. It's more of a mocha mixed with agua de horchata, if you know what I mean. I like what Seiko did with the GMT hand as well. They chose to put a skeletonized cathedral style hand, and it blends great with the razor sharp dolphin hands and arrowhead hour markers. Another really nice touch is the way that you read the second time zone. The 12 hours of the dial have been divided up into 24 without numerals printed in brigade typeface. I don't know about you, but brigade style numerals are my favorite and look awesome on this dial. Powering this watch is the 4R34 caliber. That's the hottest GMT movement in the microbrand space at the moment. This movement can be hand wound, features hacking. Now this caliber does have 24 joules, 41 hours of power reserve, and beats at 21,600 bph. This movement is referred to as a collar GMT. You can adjust both the date and GMT hand in the same crown position. The way it works is pretty simple. Say someone calling into a different time zone would use the local/home hands differently than a traveler GMT. The GMT hand would reflect where they're calling. The movement is not refined like the dial is, but for the price point, I think it's remarkable what Seiko are able to offer. The brown leather strap is stamped with an alligator pattern, features a deploying sign clasp that's well constructed, but the actual leather strap is not very high end. Feels a lot more supple than other Seiko straps, so I guess that's a step in the right direction. I personally, of course, would change the strap for a more premium strap, and that should be pretty easy to find thanks to the 20mm lug width. And thank you Seiko for the quick release spring bars. On my 6 7/8 inch wrist, the watch wears good and fits really nice. I mean, if the watch was a little smaller, it would fit better, but again, I consider this a little sportier. Okay, I know this is a dress watch, heck, Seiko even promotes it as one, but in my eyes, that GMT hand somehow makes it sporty. I'm more than happy to recommend this piece to you guys. Well, not everyone, of course. I understand that 50 meters of water resistance may not be enough for some, or the lack of a sapphire crystal is a deal breaker. Heck, maybe the case is too big or too small for you. What I do know is that for me personally, this watch, well, more specifically the dial, is breaching that gap ever so slightly into Grand Seiko territory, but of course at a price that most of us can afford. Let me know what you guys think about some of the points I made and also this watch. Until next time, please support the channel, be safe out there, and stay humble.